All right, so the next guy up on the list here is Stetson Bennett, quarterback out of Georgia.
He's on my list of draftable players.
Yeah, he is. 5'11", 192 pounds.
Stetson Bennett?
I just wanted to make sure that's just the same guy you were talking about.
I looked at the list.
10 chance. He is 25 years old. He'll be 26
in October.
He ran a 4.67 though.
Mature fellow.
in the 40-yard dash. So
He's
that's
a winner.
Yeah, that's not too bad. 118-inch broad, 33.5-inch vertical. Last year he threw for 4,128 yards. 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So, I mean, impressive numbers there. And he, did he rush for 10 touchdowns?
Bennett, yeah, he ran for quite a bit.
205 yards and 10 other touchdowns. That's wow.
Dude, he was good, man.
I did not see, like, I copied all these stats down from a site. That's a lot, man. Holy cow. I just did not realize he had scored 10 touchdowns.
Right place, right time, man. Goes a long way. Hell of a defense, hell of an offense.
Heck yeah.
Well, and there were a lot of highly rated quarterbacks that have been in their quarterback room, and he just kind of kept seeming to keep the job. Like,
yeah,
it's impressive.
He's got a cool story. Came in as a walk-on, left the
Left
program.
for JUCO, and actually called, like, after after Justin Fields left. They called him and said, hey, want to come back and try out again? And he did. And then he wasn't even the starter, and the starter got hurt. Mm-hmm. And he came in and won a national championship.
Just speaks to his character and the type of guy he is.
Character in the sense of work ethic and determination. There are some other off the field questionable things character wise.
Did he get drunk or something like that? He got drunk.
It was during the combine. He got arrested, or not arrested. They locked him up for the night.
Senior Bowl? No,
it was during the Senior Bowl, but he wasn't at the Senior Bowl.
In his defense, he's 25 years old. He can drink.
It's true, but you don't want to be in jail.
No, I know. No, but he's not. He's not like 20.
Right? He's not underage.
He's 25, dude. Like he's been drinking at bars for 5 years, 4 years.
When I watch Stetson Bennett, he's on my draftable list of super flex quarterbacks because there's a lot of guys in this list that are not draftable for me. He falls on a category of a draftable because he is, to me, he screams perennial backup. Right, like he's going to be on a roster and maybe gets an opportunity just like he did in college, and he sticks, right? And like he's Andy Dalton. I mean, Andy Dalton's way bigger than him, but you know what I mean? So
Garrett said Colt McCoy earlier.
Colt McCoy's a really good stat. You know, like,
yeah.
But like he's more of like he's like that AJ McCarron, right?
No,
like
Colt McCoy is a good stat. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good stat.
Puts
AJ McCarron, like on a really good team, right place, right time. You know, Ken Dorsey back with Miami. But, you know, this is somebody who reads the field really well, throws with really good anticipation. He's always safe, right? Throws a safe, keeps his interceptions really, really low, runs the ball really, really well. Didn't take a lot of sacks at Georgia at all. So his mobility is very solid, as you mentioned, with his rushing stats. His frame will limit that a little bit at the NFL, but, you know, he has that in his back pocket. He's only 5'11". He has a really quick release, but he's older. His size and frame aren't ideal for the NFL. His deep ball is just okay.
It is okay
at best. And I mean, he benefited from a lot of talent around him. He did. So I in a super flex league, again, this is the kind of player like once I get through all the running backs, I get through those tight ends, like, oh, Stetson Bennett there, I'll grab him. I'll stick in my taxi squad for 2 years, see how this plays out.
Yeah, he's a guy that's going to get a shot somewhere. You know, he's 5'11", 192, so he's got the same sort of questions that Bryce Young does because they're roughly the same size. But he doesn't have probably any. I mean, his upside's just nowhere near you know what Bryce Young's is. He's a distributor. I feel like he can go operate an offense. You know what I mean? Like he's 25 years old. He's done it. I feel like once he gets into an offense in the NFL, he's going to absorb it and he's going to be able to run that offense. It's never going to look great. Like, I don't think he doesn't do anything exceptionally well.
He's Gardner Minshew, right? Like, he comes in, you're like, could he lead an NFL team? Maybe he could lead an NFL. He's like Tyler Heineke, Gardner Minshew. Like, could he run an NFL team? Like, he comes in and he has a game that looks good. You're like, ooh, Stetson Bennett.
Baker Mayfield right now.
Like, he won back-to-back national championships. Let's give this guy. Like, he's the guy that, you know, everybody's always screaming for the backup quarterback when the quarterback's not playing well. Like, I mean, he won that back-to-back championships at Georgia. Like, he looked really good. Like, well, the defense didn't really plan for him. Oh, that doesn't mean anything. You think he goes in there and win back-to-back natties versus, like, Alabama?
I will give him some credit. Watching him during the NFL Combine, he was ready because his deep ball looked solid. His out routes, everything was on point. Now, it's in shorts.
It's in shorts.
No pressure.
No rush.
Like there's nothing there.
There's nobody that's 6'6".
He's
with
a little
their arms
more put together than I thought he was too.
He is. He's solid. So
real good combine.
He did himself some favors there. But I still don't know if there's a legitimate path to be a consistent starter at the NFL level.
Probably not.
That's where I kind of land with him. Like I'm not sure he's consistent.
I think
enough.
he's going to have a Colt McCoy career.
Yeah.
He has
perennial backup is my notes.
He has adequate.
Those guys have value.
Adequate arm strength and stuff. I mean, like so for super flex, if he's hanging around in the 6th round, I'd definitely swoop
5th
him
round
up.
even. I would do it. Yeah,
5th, 6th round. That's kind of where I see Stetson Bennett.
If he's a perennial backup and he's going to get every couple of years or so in here, like a couple game, 2-game stretch, 3-game stretch of a starter, that's value. That's your flex spot. That's value.
That's absolutely